Hello, my name is Alan O'Neill, and this is a solo episode of Boardroom Insights. No guest today, just me, keeping it short and simple. Over the last few months, I've worked closely with several leadership teams in very different sectors across different countries and cultures. And I've noticed something unsettling. In three separate organizations, each facing serious change in their own right, I met some brilliant people, but under real pressure. Not just performance pressure, but emotional strain, sleepless nights, burnout. A few even said to me, I'm not sure I'm coping. These are not weak people. They're not lacking skills, they're leaders, but they're human. And they're trying to hold the world together, professionally and personally, while the ground shifts beneath them. So before I get into the heart of this episode, let me tell you briefly about three individuals I've had in mind lately. I've changed their names and business sector, of course, but their stories are real. First, there's Frank. Frank is in his 50s. He owns a mid-sized manufacturing business he built from scratch, a real success story, but now the world around him is changing fast. Digital dashboards, ESG compliance, AI-powered forecasting. He's not resisting change out of laziness. He's just overwhelmed. I got this business to where it is, he told me. Now everyone's telling me to hand the reins to someone half my age. The second person is Josephine. She's 42, a CMO in a global food company, smart, strategic, respected. She's also a mum of two young kids. Her boss is aggressive, the board is jittery, and she's been asked to solve the latest US tariffs overnight. She said to me, I need a second me, one to lead, one to breathe. The third person is Luca. He's 29. He's already a director in a fast-growing tech firm. He's bright, ambitious, full of ideas, but he's surrounded by co-directors in their 40s and 50s who treat him like a junior. It's like, I'm in the room, he said, but not really in the room. Now, as you know, I talk a lot about my 7 steps to profit: culture, strategy, execution, and so on. All about how to move organizations forward. But sometimes before you move forward, you just need to pause. We live in a world obsessed with doing, delivering, driving, me included. And that's vital because commerciality matters, profit matters. We can't pretend it doesn't, but what's often missing is perspective, self-respect, self-awareness. And I've come to believe that emotional intelligence, which starts with self-awareness, should lead to self-regulation. EQ is a differentiator in leadership today, and I'll be the first one to admit that I'm still working on my own EQ. So for this short Kiss Insights episode, I want to do something a little different. I want to share a piece of writing that's been around for nearly 100 years, and yet it's never felt more relevant to me. It's called Desiderata, which means things to be desired. It's not a business model, it's not a business framework, it's about perspective with a sprinkling of compassion. If you're listening to this in the middle of your own wave of change, whether it's personal or professional, I hope this helps you to take a breath and remember what really matters. Desiderata was written by an American lawyer and poet named Max Ehrmann in 1927. The Scottish duo Gallagher and Lyle gave it a new voice by setting it to music. You might remember them from their big hit, Heart on My Sleeve. Their version helped Desiderata reach a whole new generation. It's been part of my life for years, not just as a poem, but as a sort of a personal compass. Now I strafen it often, I'll admit, but I do come back to it whenever I need a reset. And while I've been known to sing it badly with the guitar in hand, don't worry, I won't inflict that on you today. So here it is, the lyrics of Desiderata as recorded by Gallagher and Lyle. Be yourself. Do not look for affection. Neither be cynical about love. For in the face of all disenchantment, love is perennial as the grass. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and avoid loud persons. They are a vexation to the spirit. Go placidly, amid the noise and haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. Nurture the spirit to shield you in misfortune, but don't distress yourself with imaginings. For many fears are born of loneliness. Be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with your God, whatever you conceive your God to be, and whatever your labours and aspirations. In the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. For with all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be careful. Strive to be happy. Now, in case you think I'm going soft in my senior years or sitting somewhere on a desert island smoking dope, I'm not. But with everything going on in the world, global unrest, geopolitical shenanigans, wars, and horrible, horrible human suffering, sometimes we need something different. Something that isn't pushing us to go faster, but asking us to reflect. Now, why has Desiderata endured 100 years? Because it doesn't preach, it gently encourages. It offers stillness in a chaotic world, and I believe it speaks to modern anxieties with old soul wisdom. For example, let's go back to Frank, Josephine, and Luca just for a moment. What if Frank stopped seeing tech as a threat to his legacy and started seeing it as a bridge to secure it? What if he handed over just one new project to a younger colleague and trusted them? What if Josephine's boss didn't just demand results, but also asked, "How are you holding up, Josephine?" What if our company saw well-being not as a perk, but as a strategic priority? And as for Luca, imagine if his team stopped brushing off his ideas and instead said, "Let's test that." What might that unleash, not just in him, but across the whole team? Those stories are not about weaknesses, they're about reality and about the space between change and humanity. In my 7 Steps to Profit framework, step 4 is all about people. And I don't mean HR policies, I mean leadership, engagement, trust, the emotional pulse of a team. That's where change either sticks or it doesn't, hearts and minds. And it's not a soft topic. In fact, people is now a hard-edged differentiator, especially in ESG. If your culture is brittle, your sustainability efforts will collapse under scrutiny. If your employees don't believe, your customers won't either. And that brings us back to step 1, the North Star. What's your purpose? What are you building here? Something profitable, yes, but also something meaningful. In a world of AI, automation, and upheaval, supporting them and helping them navigate the noise and the haste with calm and clarity, that's not a luxury, it's leadership. That's why I shared Desiderata today, because business should be human. And humans, when supported well, do superhuman things. I'm Alan O'Neill. Thanks for listening to this episode of KISS Insights. No ads today, just a simple message. Thanks for listening and take care.